Alright everybody, I'm making this video because of, well, I wanted to touch base on a few separate things. We try to do a lot of stuff in-house. We try to avoid sending anything out because, to be honest, we have a hard time finding somebody that's going to take the care into the workmanship that they do that we need for these classic cars. That being said, I'm going to show you something that was just done to a very prominent, just done by a very prominent machine shop, very local to us, okay? Lots of people know these guys. They're used frequently, but this is what they just gave us. That, I mean, it doesn't take a lot of knowledge to understand that this is horrible, and you'll see it very clearly. I'm gonna spin the camera around. Okay, guess not. But as you can see, our gaps right here are perfect, right? Well, not perfect, but you get what I'm saying. Now, as we move this back, do you see our problem? You see those gaps? They machined it, the exhaust manifold, okay? They machined this thing on such an angle that the exhaust runners would never seal against a gasket, okay? Literally. On the bottom half, when they machined this, they put it on a sander, and they sanded it without it being flat, okay? They actually had it tipped up at an angle. So, what I'm going to try to do, Mike, can you come over here and put this thing on the table so I can try to show them? Just tip it up. Yeah. Now on the car, it's going to sit flat, okay? But what they did when they sanded it, as you could see, you know, right underneath here, you see the gap that's in there? You guys can see that. It's clear as day. What they did is when they sanded it, they actually tipped it at an angle where it was tipped like that, instead of paying attention to it being flat, okay? Now I understand that this area right here gets loosened and you bolt these to the car separately, but you bolt it to the car, you know, together, but as a loose unit, okay? I understand that. But you still should never end up with machining like that. I mean, look you've got some touching, some not. Granted, the table's not extremely clean, but I just had the straight edge on there, and that showed you a world of difference. I don't care if I buy a crushed gasket, it won't seal. We tried it already, okay? A real thick, almost quarter-inch thick gasket, made of graphite. It'll seal almost anything. But guys, there's a limit to what it can seal. Now this machine shop, we gave this back to them. And literally there is nothing that they're willing to do. They said they don't know when they will get to it. They said they didn't do anything wrong in the first place. I'm sorry, but this is wrong. This just cost us an exhaust manifold on a 63 Plymouth Valiant. This is ridiculous for us to have to pay for an exhaust manifold because of something like this. This is why we try to do everything in-house. This is why we try to buy all the equipment that we need. Because this quality of workmanship is horrible. I mean, should you be able to fit a screwdriver underneath the exhaust port? I mean, guys, pay attention. This is details here. This is very important. These things matter. So, I kind of just wanted to show everybody that. It's, you know, a little bit of a problem. We run into it frequently with machine shops and anybody that has, you know, anything that we sublet. We're trying to do everything that we can in-house to avoid these types of problems. It's horrible to tell my customer that, hey, you can't have your car back for a few more days because the place I sent the exhaust manifold to messed up. I mean, that kind of explanation just, it doesn't go well with anybody, and it shouldn't. You know, this is our fault for sending it there, in reality. You know, whether we did the work or not, we had the equipment or not, which we don't at the moment. This is still our fault. Falls on our shoulders. Exactly why we just bought the machinery to do this type of stuff 2 or 3 days ago. So, just wanted to show that, and keep this in mind, okay? This is one reason why we're trying to stand out above everybody else. So, everybody have a good day.